Hello, today we're going to do some training on the QoS desktop softphone. So hopefully you've had the software installed. You may have received a welcome email or your IT provider has installed the software for you. In the welcome email, you'll find a link to download and install the software. As part of the welcome email, you'll also find the username and password you'll need to log in. If you don't have access to these, please inquire with your IT manager. Once the software has been installed, you can use the username and password to log in and click Remember Sign-in Information. That's it. You should be now logged into your softphone and be able to start making and receiving calls. I'll start with the tabs along the bottom here. Your first tab is your dial pad, where you can manually dial a phone number with your mouse, or you can click in this box here and type in a phone number using your laptop and press the green call key, or enter will dial the number that you have dialed. This dial pad is also used for accessing menu options when you've called a client that has an auto attendant or an IVR where you have to dial an option to reach the department you're after. The next tab along is your contacts list. So within the contacts list, you should automatically see a staff directory. All the staff that are part of this same solution should automatically pop up like you can see here. Within the contacts, you can double click to call that user, or single click on the desk phone option, or single click on the instant message to bring up an instant message box to type that staff member a instant message. Other contacts can be uploaded manually. You can do an individual contact upload by manually entering in their credentials. You can go to Contacts and import an Excel document with your contacts populated in the Excel document. I recommend setting up a manual contact first, performing an export to see how the Excel document needs to be set up, add your additional users and contacts to the Excel document, and then import. Other contacts, you can integrate your softphone into Microsoft Outlook to do that. Softphone, account settings, add Outlook account. Okay. Wait a moment. Okay. And quite quickly, you will start seeing your Outlook contacts all populate under the Contacts tab. And within the softphone, you can now search for any contacts that have got a phone number assigned against them using the search box here or the search box here. There is another Outlook integration you can perform where you can dial contacts out of Outlook. To enable that, Softphone, Preferences, Enable Outlook integration. Restart your Microsoft Outlook, and now you can right-click on a contact with a phone number assigned against them and select the Call button under the contact, and you should see the pop-up, the Softphone pop-up, and start calling that user. The next tab along is your favorites. So rather than having hundreds of contacts here to scroll through, if you have a particular favorite, a number of particular favorites that you want stored under your favorites tab, right-click on the contact, add to favorites. And now you'll find your favorite contacts stored under the favorites tab. The next tab along is your call history. This is your inbound calls, outbound calls, missed calls. While checking the history, simply find the user you wish to redial and click on the Make Call icon. This final tab here is a website Depending on your provider and what we've set up, the link for the website may change. It may be the contact page of your provider, giving you access to contacting them, or it might be a training guide or a video on how to use the Softphone. Buttons we have up here, your status of the Softphone. You can put yourself away, busy, do not disturb. The options do not disturb and not available for calls does put the Softphone into an unavailable status. Anyone trying to call you will be greeted with do not disturb, and they will be diverted to your next point of call depending on how your phone is set up, which might be your personal voicemail or a company voicemail or a divert to your mobile, etc. Selecting these options, it will warn you that this is about to occur. You can personalize the status by selecting the status you wish, clicking into the word, and typing the status you would like to display. To erase the personalized status, select into the words again, delete, and enter will default. The other buttons we have across here, instant message box, click on that. If there's a red number within here, that will show you how many new instant messages you have received from team members using this same solution. Here is an example. The next button down is your voicemail. If you have voicemails being left on your extension, this will also highlight with a red number the amount of voicemails you currently have in your mailbox. To ring voicemail, simply press this button and, if required, dial any passwords your provider has given you to check your voicemail box. There's a recommendation here for disabling call waiting. Call waiting means if you're on the phone and another caller comes through, the phone will ring if call waiting is not disabled, depending on your provider. In most business cases, if you're on the phone and another call comes through, most other businesses and staff members prefer that second call to go straight to your personal voicemail. So in that instance, you would normally disable call waiting, which is what we have got turned on here. If I'm using the phone now and someone else rings me, the second caller will go to my voicemail and be able to leave me a voicemail message. Let's make a call. Making a call. On a live call, now you'll see you have some additional options. You can mute your microphone. Selecting the mute microphone button mutes the microphone on the call. You can still hear the caller, but they can't hear you. Unmute again. Put the caller on hold by pressing this button here. To retrieve the call, press this button here. During that time, the caller is on hold, listening to your phone system's built-in music on hold. Transferring a call. To transfer this caller, simply press the transfer button and dial in the name or the number of the person you wish to transfer the call through to. You can hit transfer now, performs a blind transfer, transferring this caller straight through to the staff member you're putting the call through to. If you would wish to introduce the caller first, you can select call first, introduce the caller first before transferring the call. The caller is on hold whilst you talk to your staff member, and then select transfer now to complete the transfer. Other options while on a call: you can start a freeway conference call by inviting someone else to this call that we're currently on. You can perform a call recording, which is a direct call recording which saves on this machine itself rather than it being potentially your cloud-based PBX call recording you may also have with your provider. Some things to help fine-tune the Softphone for you: setting the headset correctly, Softphone, preferences, devices. Under headset mode, select the headset you wish to use for your speaker and microphone. Under other devices, you can set which device to ring should your Softphone be ringing. Mine is currently set to ring on my laptop speakers, so I can hear my Softphone ringing when a call comes in, but when I answer the call, it all changes over to my USB headset. Another default option you can have a look at: application, default actions, button transfer. By default, your default action is a blind transfer, transfer now. If you always prefer to introduce the caller whilst transferring, you can select call first. Now when I try to transfer this call and dial in the staff member I'm transferring it through to, you'll see the default option is call first. You can set where the sounds when you're alerted for an incoming call, for instant messages, if people come on and offline. The default is usually the best. You can enable shortcut keys for quick answering and hanging up calls without having to browse to the Softphone. You can drag and drop the view of the Softphone as required. That should be enough to get you up and running. Any questions that you have, please refer them to your Softphone provider and they'll help answer any questions you might have. Thanks for your time.